he pitches. He has really good control, but absolutely no velocity.
Okay.
So
All control first.
Hey, everybody.
right?
Always.
Get ready for Landmark Live with the legendary Royals PA announcer Mike McCartney. He is currently in-house already. He's reading a bedtime story to Chris Kamler at the moment.
It's already started. Oh, boy.
For the first time ever, you guys, we have a live studio audience. Kind of, sort of, the first time ever that we've invited folks down here. We also have a first, and then we have two paid sponsors that wanted to jump at the opportunity to sponsor the docile tones of Mike McCartney.
Did it show up on yours yet, Mike? Having problems tagging you out.
I see you're watching, Chris.
Yeah, I just turned it off, but
Did you get it shared?
yeah, I got it shared. We need to tag Mike in it. Oh,
I think I got it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, folks out there watching, hit like or comment so we know you're out there, because we're going to play games for fabulous prizes when we get ready to play some Royals trivia, concert tickets to give away tonight. So check in so we know you're out there.
All right, ready to roll.
Everybody sharing?
Did I hit that start, or does that go by itself?
You should punch that again. There you go.
Yeah, you can.
You ready?
As long as you share it, you can change off of it. You don't have to have it running.
Oh, sure.
Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you for watching. Here we are, another Landmark Live. Ivan Foley, Chris Kamler, and our special guest tonight, the legendary Mike McCartney, your Kansas City Royals PA announcer. How
Don't we
about
have
that?
to like do PA announcing when we announce him? Isn't that how it works?
Well, he's been walking around with his PA voice the whole time.
The whole
since he got-
time, yeah. The whole time there.
Can you record, like, Mike, could you do, like, my voicemail message? Would you do that in like, your...
I'm sure he never
your-
gets
I do it all
asked
the
that
time.
at all. Yeah.
I do it all the time.
You should
Yeah.
charge for that.
Well, but you know, the billing on it, the invoicing, I couldn't handle.
Yeah.
The bookwork
So I
behind
do it
I
for free.
understand.
If you want to, I'll do it. Stop.
So if you do it like Mike Moustakas, you would do Mike McCartney. There you go. I got it. Yeah, very nice.
That's awesome.
learning.
I mean, if you're sick one night, I mean, just give me a call.
Sure,
I'll take
absolutely.
care for it.
Yeah, what's your number again?
I
Chris?
don't
Oh, yeah, I
worry.
got
I
it
mean,
in there.
you know, it's
All right.
well, sure. I'm sure you'll find me.
I've got it in there somewhere.
Guys, check in, hit like or comment, because we've got some great prizes we're going to play a little bit later. We got some Royals trivia. Chris and Mike are going to try to answer the questions and win prizes for you. Those prizes include tickets to Three Dog Night. How about that? And a bunch of other good stuff. Live studio audience tonight, somewhat live.
Yeah.
Gary Pixler's in the audience. He is somewhat live. Gary has won a prize or two during the show. Since you were like on board for the first show way back in September, I think you actually. Yeah. We've also got Jennifer Bruner, who will be. I think Jennifer's going to be helping us out when we broadcast at the Royals opening day. And she's
Helping us out by bartending?
Yeah.
How does that work? What is going on there?
Wait. Not the full bartending thing. I thought it was part
I'm
of the
just
whole
saying.
thing.
Oh, yeah. And she's actually going to help us during our bracket show here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We also have Beth Ann from Beth Ann's Boutique, one of our live studio audience members. The Boutique is helping sponsor tonight. And I'll tell you what, so that's kind of our live
And
studio.
we're
Oh,
donning boutique wear, right?
It's part of the fun tonight. Yeah, Beth Ann has a new men's section over at her boutique, and she threw these T-shirts at Chris and I and said, "Hey, slap these
I like
on."
this. That's good.
And so we did.
Makes me look better.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
by much, but I mean a little bit.
Got
I
that
mean, you
going.
looked good to start with, so.
Keep drinking.
It's slimming. It's slimming.
It's slimming.
yes.
Well, they haven't made that shirt yet.
All right. 2 sponsors tonight, you guys, so I need to get started right away by telling you that Beth Ann of Beth Ann's Boutique handpicks fashion and accessories for women sizes XS to 3X, girls infant to size 12, and now gifts for men size small to 3X. Check out our t-shirts, because we all deserve to strut our stuff and give ourselves and those we love a gift as fabulous as we are. And hey, special promo, visit the boutique March 1 through March 3rd, that's through Saturday. with promo LANDMARK for 20% off your purchase. Beth Ann's Boutique, 235 Main Street in Platte City, 816-895-2288.
Just mention Ivan or me, and
Yeah, mention
if you're
LANDMARK.
not kicked out, you'll
And
be
get
fine.
LANDMARK Live. In fact, Cindy from our staff has already taken advantage of that. She got 20% off a fine purse that she purchased there right before the show. So tell them LANDMARK, and you're going to get 20% off. And our other sponsor tonight is a friend of Mike McCartney's. In fact, I just found out. Yeah, Todd DeMint.
He's my pal.
Todd DeMint of Myers Funeral Chapel. Myers Funeral Chapel Northland is located in historic downtown Parkville. It is one of the only family-owned and operated funeral homes in the Northland area. Myers Funeral Chapel is dedicated to excellence in service with the utmost integrity. The chapel has been completely renovated to create an open-concept funeral home. For more info, call 816-741-0251 or check out their website at myersfuneralchapel.com/Northland.
Todd took very good care of me here in the last few months, and I really appreciate that. And
Yeah.
Good
he's
people.
a very good guy.
Very
nice
And
guy.
a good bunch down there in
Yeah.
Myers. Yeah.
Hey, Mike. Well, welcome to the show,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Thanks for having
Tell
me
you
here.
what, we are so happy that you joined us.
Glad
You know,
to
we
be
tried to get you earlier. We got weathered out one
Yep.
time, but now we are ready to rock and roll. It's actually about time to get rolling. And when do you start getting your voice into like regular season mode? You're kind of in spring training mode.
And I've been doing basketball for the UMKC basketball. We just finished our home schedule, and they're tournaments. So I'm done with UMKC, but I'll do the Big 12 tournament next week, and then the week after that, the NAIA tournament, and then it's once that's over, I think that championship's on the 20th.
It's the same week, yeah.
Well, I think the next week after
Yeah.
that, and then we do some rehearsals and that type of thing, kind of get-togethers and stuff like that out at the ballpark before the first game. And by the time it's March 29th, man, we're hitting the ground running.
You're rolling. What kind of extra stuff do the Royals have you do other than just the standard game day stuff? I mean, you're on the commercials, and
I don't do as much of that anymore as I used to. I used to handle a lot of the radio network production and some of the voiceover for that, but that's done now by a different group. So whenever they ask me to do stuff, hey, could you read this? Could you voice this? And I'm happy.
All I know is I was at a gas station or something a couple weeks ago, and your voice came out of the thing. And I was like, "What the hell? Why is Mike in this gas pump? What's going
outside
on?"
to get a Milky Way while you're here.
It's like, well, Mike told me to get a Milky Way, so I better go ahead and get a Milky Way.
No, that's just one of the things you get to do,
That's right.
Yeah. So
All that whiskey and cigarettes
that's
finally
right.
paying off for you.
Paying off. Yeah, that's right. I'm a non-smoker, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Because everybody thinks, because your voice kind of has that raspy sound to it, everybody thinks you're a smoker, don't they?
Well, and I was at one time.
Okay,
It's probably in a pretty heavy one for that effect. I mean, it's 3 packs a day habit, and it just got to be the point where I couldn't now. The whiskey part. Okay, but hey, but
Can't give up all the vices all
Yeah,
at once. I
no,
mean, that's
once.
that's unhealthy. You can't do that.
quit smoking. 10 years later,
Yeah,
decide what
absolutely.
you're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
do.
Down the road, it's
Yeah.
fine.
So,
How many years you been doing this Royals game?
gosh, I think this is going to start my 21st.
No kidding.
Wow.
Now I go back, and there were 3 of those years that I was doing it as a backup announcer to Dan Hurst, and then I went full time, and I was out for 2 years, and came back in 2004. And
The game day experience over that 20 years. I mean,
Oh.
you walk in the booth that you're in now, and it's like the inside of the space shuttle. It's got monitors and everything, and what was it like 20 years ago? It was a microphone.
that was pretty
And a
much
guy
it.
running the scoreboard,
That's
wasn't it?
pretty much it.
Yeah.
One guy flipped the switch in the fountains, and that's right. We had a crew when I first started there, maybe because we had the old jumbotron, which the elements kept going out on it, so they had to. Sony wouldn't sell us the parts anymore because they didn't make them. So we kept having to take parts out of it. So it kind of nobody really noticed, but it kept kind of getting smaller and smaller until we finally. I think they finally tipped it over when we got the new one. But there was probably on our crew. We had an organist then too, and so including him, maybe 7 or 8. Now I think we're with cameramen now, and I won't count the K crew but probably just scoreboard room personnel, Kamler, man, probably 20 in a game.
Yeah, that's a full room during a Royals game. You look up and they're just to the left of the. You guys are just to the.
First
when
base
you look up,
side.
they're just the first base side of all the TV guys and stuff. And I mean, it's a hell of a show, and it's and I would imagine that the reads that you have to do during a game have increased as well. I mean,
well, some of them are still the originals that I've done. They just haven't changed them, But and it just kind of depends. Some of them have, but for the most part, they're all pretty much the same. But there's more of them.
Yeah.
And that, of course, comes with sales too. When you win, people want to, they want to advertise, and so try to get as much as you can.
It's a hell of a show.
Yeah. Now, how many PA announcers have the Royals had throughout the years? Do you know?
That yes. And the original PA announcer was a fellow by the name of Jack Layton, and everybody remembers Jack Layton. And Handsome Jack, they call him. He was a radio guy here in town. And he actually did a couple years with the A's. And then when the Royals, he started working for the Royals, and he went through, and he worked, I think I got the timeline right on this, but he worked, his last game that he announced was Game 7 of the 85 World Series. And he died. He had cancer, I believe it was brain cancer, and he died the same day Dick Hauser died.
Oh my
God. And so it was it was kind of this big news.
Oh my goodness.
And Jack died too. And so so it was kind of the same day or within that day or two, right in that same.
That was within like 6 months of the World Series.
Yeah, well, that was right because it was an all-star
game.
No, the All-Star game was when Hauser, and then it was several months later. Yeah. And so they both had cancer, and then the guy beyond that was, and you may remember him, and folks may remember him from. He was on Channel 5, and he was sort of a staff announcer for, it was KCMO TV at the time. And, it's Hugh, I can't remember his name now. Hugh, he was just a great, and he used to do the Friday night, watch the Friday Night Frights movie.
Friday Night Frights, yeah.
And he'd do that deal, he'd announce that. And he just had a beautiful voice, and he did it for just a couple of years. And then, my timeline may be wrong, but Dan Hurst came along. Dan spent years in Kansas City radio, and he's a voiceover guy here in town. And Dan did it for several years and then left. And then a fellow by the name of Jim Moore came in.
Yeah,
and Jim Moore came in, and that's how I ended up getting the job, through Jim, because Jim and I were buddies, and he was going to leave to spend time with his grandchildren, his new grandchildren. This was in the 90s and mid-90s maybe, and so I applied for the job and I auditioned for it, and they came back and they said, we're going to hire Dan Hurst back, he wants the job back. I was like, great, okay, fine, so then they came back to me a few months later and they said, would you be Dan's backup, because Dan did a lot of missionary work in Guatemala and South America, so he'd take time off during the summer, and I'd go fill in for him, and it's up again. So, and then Chuck Morgan was the one guy that actually got fired from the Royals.
I remember that.
In 2000, the end of the 2001 season, when we brought in a new marketing director, and he was just like, and he came from the Texas Rangers, and he just came in, Mike, you're fired, and didn't quite do it that way. I don't want to have time for the whole story, but so he brought in their PA announcer from Texas who'd been there for 20-some years or something. So he came in and did it for a year and said, no, I'm out. And so they went 1 year, and they used, I think, Dan Hurst, and I came back in 2004 and have been there since.
Dan's voice, I'm pretty sure, is when you're waiting for your baggage at KCI. Is that Dan or is that you?
No, it's not me. That used to be Drew Dimmel, who recently passed away.
Okay.
Drew was at Channel 9 for years and did some weather. Did some weather there, and he was a booth announcer there as well. And now I think the person who does it is Kathy Quinn, I believe, at Channel 4.
Okay.
Am I
really?
right? Yeah, Kathy does it. And she's got a beautiful voice, and she's a wonderful
And your
lady.
career really started in you did some radio before voice work, right?
Oh, yeah, I started in radio in Pittsburgh, Kansas. KKOW Radio.
Nice.
Big cow country. Big 86, yeah. Big AM country music, signal, farm reports, hogs and frogs, the whole thing.
So when did you work in Kansas City radio? Did you work with Jim Moore on the radio?
I did. Jim was, I was at KCMO FM, KCMO FM, and Jim at the time was working at KUDL, might have been KLTH, I think it was KUDL. So we were one of the big first conglomerate stations, and so it was KMBZ, KCMO, AM and FM, and KLTH later became 99.7 KY. And then I worked at WHB for 3 years, 2002 to 2005.
That was the old WHB. That was.
This was sports
Or
radio.
this was the new
sport,
WHB.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a
For
current.
Kevin and those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did that for several years, and great bunch of guys, still good friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was a big fan of Jim Moore. He was a longtime radio guy in
That's
Kansas
right,
City.
yeah.
Now in the '70s, he did like a morning show.
He was on the old WHB.
Okay.
Yeah,
and he did something with Bill Grigsby. He and Grigsby for a while had a morning show.
Well, they did something on KCMO.
Yeah, it was KCMO where I remember
Yeah,
Jim Moore and
it was
Grigsby, and
yeah.
they would, and I think Grigsby just started out giving sports updates, but he and Jim had such a good, working relationship that they liked the way they sounded together on the air. They started doing the morning show together. And they would laugh. They would get so tickled at themselves. I would just tune in to hear them. I would just tune in to hear them laugh at themselves. It was awesome because they would do like these. Of course, it's radio. It's theater of the mind anyway. So they're doing like these puppet shows and stuff. And Grigsby would get in a little puppet voice, and they would just giggle like a couple of schoolgirls. It was hilarious.
See it, yeah. Jim is a very talented. Does a lot of voices and great guy.
Is he
Both
still
good guys.
Where's
Jim,
Jim
I
Moore?
think he's retired now. I haven't talked to him a couple of years, but I believe he's retired now. He's out of the business.
What's the weirdest non-PA voice thing that you've had to do in your career?
That's a good question.
I mean, have you ever done like a voiceover for a movie or a character or a TV show or
not
animation or anything? Or?
No, not anything like that. But I've did some stuff for ESPN during the basketball tournament a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
Where they were featuring teams, and
That's pretty
Louisville has got this great guy and this great guy, and then their guy would come in and they banter back and forth about it, and I'd kind of set up this whole thing. And it's kind of weird, but
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. It was
That's awesome.
Kind of a fun gig, but there's been so many of them. It's kind of hard to think of one off the top of my head, but that one comes to mind.
Now take us through a typical game day for you, like a Royals home game, obviously. Mm-hmm. What's a typical game day like for you? What time do you get to the ballpark, and what all goes into your game day experience?
Well, I leave the tavern about 4. No, that's not true. No, I get out there to the ballpark. It's 7:00 game, 7:15 game. I get out there 5 or so, and then kind of set up, and we'll have a production meeting, and that'll last for 15-20 minutes. That gets everybody set up. The cameramen going to be where they're supposed to be. We're announcing what we're supposed to do when. Is this person going to bring this first pitch? Are they going to be down there behind home plate at the right time?
Buck O'Neill seat.
That's right. You're just kind of setting everything up for the game. And then we go eat. Yeah. And then
that's where I always usually run into you. Is in the press box eating.
And then we usually start pregame about an hour. Before it's usually start our countdown to game time about 6:15 to 6:20, 25, right in there. And
now, is that earlier than you used to do when you first started?
Yeah.
You've got a lot more stuff going on these
days. It's more of a
right?
show now because they started, and it used to be, we'd start at 7:05, I think, and so it would be about 6:40, and there'd be a stack of, scripts, and be like, just go, there you go, have at it. And so you would just, for 20 minutes, you'd be like, okay, we're going, next one. Now it's all kind of split up. I'll read some, and then we've got our in-game MC or in-game host. Mm-hmm. In most cases, it's Danae. And she'll do something on the field. She'll do a game or talk to somebody, interview somebody, and so it kind of breaks up that way. And then we spread that out. It kind of makes it a little bit of an easier pace. And
I like the Hall of Fame segment with Kurt. Kurt's awesome.
Just unbelievable, yeah.
And he's got like 4,000 words written on a 3x5 card, and it might just be like 3 highlights, and he rattles it all off. It's awesome. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he does a good job with it. Hall of Fame.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's about an hour. Then it's game time.
Now the last few years, I mean, the roster has been the roster. Since 2011 to last year, Stockus, Hosmer, Gordon, Kane, all these guys. This year, man, you got a whole different set of
this is a whole other nest of wiener dogs here.
So you might spend an extra 5 or 10 minutes going through those names and getting them right. Well, of course you had Fan Fest, so you got to know a lot of those guys then. But I mean, this is a pretty turned over 40-man roster.
It really is. It really is.
And Mondesi changed
I was
his
just
name.
going to ask you, have you practiced Mondesi's new first name?
Adalberto.
Adalberto.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
You know, the next time we do Todd's commercial read, I'm going to have you do it.
I'll do it.
You guys
Absolutely.
are friends. The docile tones of Mike McCartney would fit in well with that.
Get Todd to record this, and he can put it on any radio station.
I bet he will.
Perfect.
In fact, go ahead and read that for us now, Mike. If you
Myers Funeral Chapel Northland is located in historic downtown Parkville. See how I kind of paused there?
That's a good pause.
It's one of the only family-owned and operated funeral homes in the Northland area. Myers Funeral Chapel is dedicated to excellence in service with the utmost integrity. The chapel has been completely renovated to create an open-concept funeral home. For more information, call Todd at 816-741-0251 or check out their website at myersfuneralchapel.com.
Awesome. That's fantastic. In
And
fact,
stop in for a Milky Way at the Phillips 66 at Armour and I-35.
And a 7-Up, too.
And a 7-Up, too.
don't forget, guys, check in, hit like or comment because we're going to play some fantastic Royals trivia with fantastic prizes. You know, we have 3 Dog Night tickets. We've got tickets. What else do we have? We got tickets to
I think Mike and I are just going to sing Jeremiah was a
Yeah.
bullfrog here.
Yeah,
in a little bit. That'd be great.
we've got Under the Street Lap tickets. What else we got? We've got tanning again from our man Vic Perrin. And this T-shirt shows that Chris and we need to get down and do some tanning because we got our winter skin color going on.
It's not good. I need to get outside, man. It's been rough.
Yeah, adjust the hue on your set.
The hue is pretty bad. Yeah, we need to work on these lights a little bit.
So now, do you ever get to hang with the players?
Not during I get there at 5 o'clock and they're busy. They're doing their thing, and I don't. How many times can you ask a guy who doesn't know how to say his name? So I mean, it's really not. And I got stuff to do too. So now, but just over the course, you meet some, and particularly after
people, right.
you run into them, and you meet them, and at certain events, you tend to meet them and get to know them better after they've retired, and they're still kind of you meet them, and then you get to know them a lot better. And but during the course of the season, while they're active, usually not.
Yeah. What about the Blue Crew? You hang with them? Any Mike? Isn't that what they call the girls? Is the Blue Crew?
The K Crew.
K Crew. Okay, K Crew.
Do I get to hang? No, they get to hang with me.
No, that's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No.
Do you ever put the skirt on every once in a while?
No, I don't put it. Not as far as you know.
Well, I saw. We have to ask the tough questions.
Okay,
on
I
the
did
show,
it one
right?
time. I did it one time, and you get.
That's good stuff.
But they're a good bunch, and they're kind of we work in the same general area. So some of those young ladies have become friends of mine, and lifelong friends because they're just super cool people. And so many of them now we've had K-Crew, and I think this will be our 10th year. A lot of them now are going on. They've got 2 or 3 children, and married for so long, and so it's kind of nice.
Saponaro is a friend of ours. She's got 2 kids now. It's the nurse.
Yeah.
Do you ever get confused, mistaken for Rex Hudler walking in from the parking lot? No, walking out of the parking lot. Just carry her out of baseball. Look weird. Look crazy.
Look weird.
He's a good guy. Rex is such a wonderful man, and he over the course of the last several months has had opportunities to kind of lift his buddy Mike up, and it's been really appreciated.
That's awesome.
Rex is a good.
I mean,
good friend.
That production team. That whole floor really is. It's a family.
Yeah,
I mean, even the writers and everybody kind of in that dining room area.
Yeah.
It's you guys see each other every day, and it's. I'm glad to hear that you guys keep in touch after the season's over. That's great.
Hey, can we take a minute and zoom in on your championship arenas
Yeah.
here, Mike? Let's let
Cindy, if you could bring in the camera really tight.
This one here is the 2014. That's the league championship ring, and then of course that's the World Series ring. And it's just been awesome that the team
It's very cool.
allowed for me to have one of
care
these.
you guys on that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
really
that's
did, and it's there's a lot of pride in these things, and
I would think.
you earn them. really earn a World Series or a championship ring.
Well, and it's, I mean, for guys like you not just earn them that year, but you earn them in, when you're having to see your 19th Brian Anderson appearance in 2004.
You deserve that, my friend.
You got to suck through that. And oh my God! It's
as I recall,
11:30 at night.
It was a rough year.
11:30 at night.
04 was actually 03 was the good year. And 04 was started. Was 05, 06. 06 was probably that was difficult. I mean,
04, by the way, 04, 05, and 06 were the 3 years that I had season tickets. So
we can
probably me. I will take full responsibility for that. But
well, I think we could blame a lot of other people besides you.
but it wouldn't be as much fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as much fun.
Wouldn't be as much fun. Yeah.
But now, when UMKC wins a championship, will you get one of their rings?
I would try. Yeah, I hope so.
I hope they.
I'd love to see it.
How did they do this year?
They did. They had a young team.
Yeah.
Very young team, and probably our inside presence was not very good, and so it was a little bit rough for sometimes. But at the end of the year, they won a couple of pretty good games there, and they looks like they kind of went on an upswing. So I'm kind of looking forward to the WAC championship tournament.
They kind of basically overhauled everybody. Was it last year or the year before?
Well, last year we had 5 starters. We had 5 starters.
They flipped everything.
Or 5 seniors starters. So it was this year that we kind of flipped everything. And,
yeah.
And they've got some pretty exciting guys on the team, and they're quick, and they just need to play together and learn to play together. And Kareem is just a great coach and a wonderful guy, and I think the Roos are lucky to have him. And,
yeah. Hey, now you said you're doing the Big 12. Are you doing that whole Big 12 tournament, or just select games?
We use 2 announcers during this event. Mark Fitzgerald, who's done PA announcing he's going back to the Big 8, and Fitz is. So he does the game announcing when the game's fouls and that type of thing, and then with the timeouts and in between, I do like updates from other games around the country, just any kind of PA reads that they would need to have done, any contests that they don't have a host for, or anything like that. So that way, Fitz kind of gets an opportunity to kind of rest a little bit, and not have to always be going. So
that's great.
Mike, do you want to read Beth Ann's ad right now? She would be thrilled to have had a celebrity read her ad for her.
Beth Ann, you ready?
I'm ready.
Beth Ann's Boutique is a fabulous boutique filled with. I thought you by fabulous.
Look how fabulous it is.
It's a fabulous boutique filled with fashions, handbags, and accessories that show off your fun, confidence, faith, and joy. Beth Ann's Boutique and fabulous event space is located at 235 Main Street, right here in the heart of Platte City, Missouri. 816-895-2288. Look for Beth Ann's online at bethannsboutique.com. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also schedule your own personalized shopping experience to treat yourself and a couple of your closest gal pals. I like that, gal pals. I need to use that in more.
Gal pals.
I need to use that in more commercials.
Get the K crew up there. Yeah, absolutely.
Or employees to a private shopping experience, either at the Main Street Boutique, or she'll bring the mobile pink boutique to you.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
And guys, the new men's section. Yeah, she has the mobile pink boutique. We have some experience with that. We just about hijacked it one night. Remember that, Chris? We were out front of her store, and we tried to jump in that thing and drive off.
I mean, one of many times I've almost been arrested up here when I come up here on Thursdays.
Yes. And another little plug, after the show, hey, we're going to take Mike to the pool hall after the show.
You don't go to Platte City without going to the pool.
You got to go to the pool hall.
So, and free selfies tonight. Anybody drops by and wants a selfie with Mike McCartney, Royals PA announcer, come on by and see us at the pool hall when this show is over. It is Thursday night. It's about 6:30 now. We'll probably hit the pool hall at 7-ish. So you guys got time to plan, and change into your finest. Head down to the pool hall and join us.
Maybe that guy who got the DUI in the lawnmower will be there.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably still there from right when he got out.
From 20 years ago.
All right, one more, another Royals question for you. June, July, do you think that they'll finally lose a game then? Because I mean, they're undefeated in the spring so far. They still haven't lost, so. Yeah, I mean, I think we can easily go 2-3 months, right?
Oh, I think so. Of course, it's going to be an interesting year, isn't it? It's in
a lot of ways. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I mean, I mean,
in what way? What ways are those?
Well, you get to go out to the stadium. You won't have to fight the crowds. For one thing,
There's still going to be crowds.
Okay, you won't have to fight as many folks for a good seat. But it'll just be interesting to see the younger guys kind of go. I mean, I might not say that in July when we've when the losses are racking up, but
yeah, I mean, I get that. When all the guys came up in 2010 and 2011 from then Wichita and Northwest Arkansas and Omaha, you knew all their names. They came up as a group.
Yeah.
Nobody knows nothing about nobody right now.
Well, and the interesting, remember that group had won championships all the way up the line. I mean, Wichita, then Northwest Arkansas.
Yep.
Even before that, maybe Lexington or
Burlington.
Maybe Burlington.
Burlington, yeah.
And Northwest Arkansas, and then Omaha, and Omaha 2 years in a row.
And I think if they can fix Mondesi's swing and Dozier can kind of find his place in the lineup, it'd be a serviceable lineup. I think they just and any given day you're win. What is it? Win a third, lose a third, and the other third you're in the middle.
What are you going to do? Yeah. So and it's hard to make predictions because I was the guy who predicted the Twins would. I said last May. I said I'll eat my hat if the Twins make the play. I've not eaten my hat yet, but I'm ready to.
Well,
You got a hat back there?
Cut it out.
Needs ketchup. So you got to go play them all, right?
Yep.
See what happens and come October.
That's a team that nobody knew anything about last year, and they caught fire and
stayed
rode it all the way. It stayed strong. So.
But will Dozier even start the season in the big leagues now that they've acquired Duda, right?
That's right.
I mean, and when Duda comes up to bat, will you be tempted to pronounce it Duda?
Everybody kind of says about it. No, I don't know. I won't be tempted. It'll be just Lucas Duda.
And will you duck when he throws home?
Yeah,
That's a big one.
There you go. Ivan Foley, he's here all week.
All week long. No extra.
He's a Royal now. You gotta.
He's a great thrower. Every throw to home will be perfect.
If you can't beat him, join him.
That's right.
Vahid Gregorian is a great writer. Wrote a nice article today. If you get a chance to read it, in the Kansas City paper about that whole thing, about what happened, about him being with the team now. So it's an interesting little piece there.
Yeah.
As long as we don't sign Jose Bautista, I think we'll be fine. I think I could remain a Royals fan up and until that day that we sign Bautista, and then it's all off. So
yeah. So who do you think who's going to be our starters, Chris? Let's talk about this, Chris and Mike.
Well,
let's go around the horn.
Let's do the easy stuff.
Okay.
So Salvi's behind the plate.
Right.
Gordo's in left. Well, Gordo might be in center. I mean, they've been playing him a little bit in center.
Right.
Escobar's at short. Pass. The rest. Mondesi,
Whittle plays second.
Whittle plays second. Mondesi will kind of float between the middle.
Yeah.
They had Witt playing at first today for some reason.
Oh, they
I
did.
that
They're
was
just
about.
trying to.
I mean, he's a utility guy.
Yeah,
So
it's spring training. Let's imagine you'll see Salvi out there.
Duda's at first. At third base, we've got not Cologne, but Cuthbert.
Yeah.
And then center and right. Orlando, maybe? Soler. Oh, yeah, Soler.
Soler might be DH.
Bonifacio. Is Bonnie's still with us? Yeah, he's still with us. So.
And, so...
Bonnie's got some pop in his back.
There's nothing wrong with him, man. I'll tell you right
I like
now.
him a lot.
He's tough, so, we'll see who they wheel out there on March 29th.
I think pitching might be the
hold up.
Might be
the soft spot.
I'm not sure I can name 3 pitchers on the staff right
Especially
now.
in the bullpen.
Other than Kennedy.
Yeah.
Which is another story altogether.
So.
Yeah. I mean, but again, that gives the guys who have been not with the spotlight a chance to be in the spotlight.
Right.
And time and time again, folks have come out of nowhere. Who's the guy that hit like 12 home runs in the first 2 months of the year last year? Some rookie, and so and it happens. It absolutely happens all the time.
Hey guys, one more time, check in or hit like. We're going to play trivia here in just a minute, so it'll be a good time to check in if you haven't yet. Chris is feeling like he's going to nail 5 out of 5 questions tonight.
Wow.
Yes.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
Well,
sure.
Royals are your thing, man. I mean, this is right up your alley tonight.
So, 2012 All-Star Game, 2014 playoff run, 2015 World Series run. Can you put a favorite moment on any of that run, or is it something outside of it, or just it all kind of that 4 years all kind of blended together?
Yeah, in a way, all kind of. I mean, first of all, the All-Star Game was an experience because we'd never had that up until then. We had never. I don't think we were ever on Sunday Night Baseball or something. So to be there and have all that kind of fanfare and all that going on was fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun, and it was 5 days of just. I mean, I was there at 8 in the morning. You had to be there for production meetings with one day it'd be MLB Network, the next day it'd be ESPN, and then Fox the next day, and up there standing in the urinal next to Joe Buck. There he is, right there.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Right there. So, hey, it happened.
And that was your chance.
That
was your chance to
for
pop
what?
him in the back of the head and say, no, Buck's all right. Buck's good people.
He's all right. So, but it's kind of just everybody's there. Everybody is there, and then it's also a Major League Baseball production. It doesn't become a Royals production at that point. It's Major League Baseball. They call the shots.
You had said it was down to the seconds.
Everything. And they had, and the funny thing was, is they had for the All-Star Game, the producer for Fox was assigned to basically me. At one point, Joe Buck talks, and then maybe this was the World Series. I'll take this back. This was the 2014 World Series. We had a producer that was assigned to me. He was New Jersey, New York. Just stereotypical New Jersey, New York guy. His job was their producer from the television booth would go to him and say, okay, Joe's going to introduce you, or Joe will introduce Mike. Then he would tap me on the shoulder, and that's when I announced the players. Well, this guy was so loud. Okay, and he was standing behind me, and he would lean over and scream in my ear because he was just kind of New York loud, So he was driving me up the wall. I finally was like, okay. I mean, you don't have to scream at me, man. So it was.
It's Kansas City, man. Nobody yells at anybody for anything.
And he was scaring me. He was yelling at me, scaring at me, and I'm like, I'm about to go on Fox television and announce the lineups, and this guy's yelling at me. What the hell's going on here?
That's awesome.
All right, do we have some contestants ready? Staff members. Okay.
Oh, Mark's listening. Mark Van Bale is Mark is the social media guy for the city of Kansas City.
Is he?
Right.
Yes, he is.
He's airport too.
He's an avid runner.
Okay.
And an SOB. No.
Yeah.
Mark's good people. So that's good. Mark,
right.
We're playing for you.
What
is he playing for?
Mark, let's give Mark a chance to win $3.
$3 night tickets.
Right.
Is that Argosy?
Yeah, Maristar.
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 Yeah,
wrong place.
Sorry.
Maristar.
Whoopsie.
For our good friends at Ameristar. Okay, guys, we got 5 Royals questions coming at you. Here's the first one. I went way back in time because I know you guys are so good that I had to go.
I mean, we're so old.
Far back.
Yeah.
Think 1969, okay? Lou Piniella was on the roster for the Royals their first season in 1969. He started 126 games in left field. What was Lou's salary that season? I'm going to give you multiple choice on this, guys. Okay?
He was a rookie of the year that year.
A, $10,000. B, $50,000. C, $100,000. Or D, $150,000. What was the salary for Lou Piniella
rookie
in 69?
Pre-free agent.
10,000.
I think it might have been. Yeah, let's go low.
Boom, $10,000 for Lou Piniella in 1969. And look, Mark is going to see 3 Dog Night. Mark, congratulations.
Mark, you're a winner, buddy.
You can thank Chris and Mike for their fine knowledge.
Thank Mike. I didn't do nothing. So, Clint Anderson.
Clint. All right, let's
all right, buddy.
Let's find another question. Again, 1969.
What's he playing for?
I was -3 years old. What
Well,
the
so
hell?
was Mike.
Okay,
So
it's
was
fine.
No. I was driving by then. Are you kidding?
What is the prize?
Oh, the prize. Let's
Oh
figure
yeah,
out
let's
another
figure out the
prize.
prize.
I was not.
Clint Anderson. He sounds like a guy who would like to see Under the Street Lamp at Ameristar.
Ooh, it's a good
Oh,
show.
you know,
It's a good show.
That's the kind of the Jersey Boys.
That's the Jersey Boys, right? The show? Yeah, yeah.
I would like that.
Oh, is it? Oh, but
And
that would be wonderful.
Our
Yeah.
guy in the studio audience, Gary Pixler, will be there that night. So you got that going for you, Clint.
Are you going to give up your Eagles tickets for a winner? No,
Yeah.
no, okay.
$1,000.
Here we go, 1969 again. This player had the game-winning hit in the Royals' first ever game on April 8, 1969.
Okay, I'll recognize when I hear it.
A. Lou Piniella, B. Joe Keogh, C. Ed Kirkpatrick, or D. Jerry Adair.
I think it was Keogh.
I think it's Keogh.
Keogh
Yeah.
or Adair.
Joe Keogh.
Let's go with Joe Keogh.
Joe Keogh. 2 for 2.
Joe Keogh.
Joe
Clint.
Keogh, yeah.
That's one of those like trivia questions that you would never know otherwise, but you've heard it 4 or 5 or
Right.
6 times.
Right.
And
That
heard
was
it
an extra
enough,
inning
so-
game, too. Extra inning game. Okay.
That's Kurt Nelson. Thank Kurt Nelson.
That's
probably
right.
for just droning that into our heads without us, even knowing. Pierre Burris.
Pierre Burris.
They're listening to us in Paris. Awesome.
All right.
Oui, oui.
Pierre. Pierre, we have. Do you know Pierre, by the way? Would Pierre prefer a tanning session or perhaps okay? Then we have a shower floss device. We've given away a lot of these. These are courtesy.
I need to collect my mom's from last week.
Yeah, we got you. We've got prizes downstairs. So anytime you guys win a prize, you need to come pick these up. They're on the front desk, just waiting for you.
Mike, they sell an alternate version of that at.
This is for your teeth.
Yeah.
I thought it was to clean your shower.
Well, you could.
This
I
is
suppose
not-
you could use it for that.
and they sell an alternate version of that at Priscilla's, which is a whole different story altogether. So.
So
Please do not clean
It
your
looks-
shower
clean
with
your
it.
shower.
it looks like a
was-
very versatile.
Or if you
device.
do clean your shower, just don't clean your teeth right afterwards.
Yeah, you don't want to get confused.
They sell a different one to clean that after
Yes.
you clean your shower so that you can clean your teeth.
Please have your door shut when using this prize.
This is courtesy of Platte Valley Dental Care.
They're great people, Platte Valley.
Oh, love those folks. They're a big supporter of the show. All right, here we go. Question number 3. First game ever played at Royal Stadium was April 10, 1973. Who did the Royals defeat in that first game? Do you need the choices? Or you just want to nail it?
Well, I mean, I want to.
Oh, you want the choices?
I want to confer with Mike.
Oakland A's, or B, Texas Rangers, C, the Yankees, or D, Cleveland Indians?
Texas. Yeah, Texas
I think it
Rangers.
was Texas.
Boom, these guys are 3 for 3. Texas Rangers.
Now, a couple things about that year. That year almost didn't happen because there was a union strike in Kansas City the year before, and they were behind. 71-72, they had some sort of strike, and they were behind on construction, but they had to get it ready for 73 because they had the All-Star game that year.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a member of the construction crew is a man by the name of Frank White. And also, Nolan Ryan's first no-hitter was that season. I don't think it was that game,
No.
but it was early in the season, and that was Nolan Ryan's first no-hitter.
Yeah, originally the stadium we were supposed to open in 72.
Yeah.
And so it was supposed to be Royal Stadium would open, then Arrowhead would open that fall, but it went the opposite way. Yeah. So that worked, yeah.
They also had a bunch of rain, I think, that delayed them, too. I think I read. So this is the kind of crap that fills my brain.
I like it.
It's not good, so.
I like it.
If you say
Texas
so,
Rangers.
Texas Rangers.
All right, we are ready. Who did we say? Jason Shanks.
Jason Shanks!
Jason Shanks for watching, Jason.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, here we go. We're playing for a premier sunless spray tan at Total Tan. Our friend Vic Perrin owns Total Tan.
Mike's had that done. Just on the backside, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell, I paid money for
Hey,
that.
You didn't
always
turn
pay
around.
extra for the undercoat.
that's
That's what I'm
right.
saying. You
The
know, always
undercoat.
pay extra for the
You
undercoat.
got to take care of the undercarriage. Is that what you're saying?
Boy, howdy. Where's that? Never mind.
I'll be over at the pool.
Mike McCartney, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him.
All right, this is question number 4. Playing for Jason Shanks. There have been 2 All-Star games played at Royal Stadium, now the K. National League has won both. The combined score of those two games is what, you guys? I'm going to read you some choices. Obviously, the National League won both. All right, the combined score 15-1. B 8-0. C 10-9. Or D 12-5.
Okay. What was
12.
2007?
7-0.
7-8 nothing. And I know we only got one. What was it? Was there one with one?
15-1.
That's the
And
top one. 15-1. Let's go 15-1.
you guys nailed it again. 4 for 4.
15-1.
Jason Shanks is getting a spray tan from Vic.
Did you know that there were two? You guys probably know this. There were 2 All-Star games a year until like the mid '70s, and there was a second All-Star game the year that it was at Royal Stadium.
Well, the second All-Star in 1960. When it was
That's right,
1960,
60, that's
when
right,
it was held at Municipal Stadium.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
They did,
yeah,
they did two.
Yeah, the second one. There you go.
Yeah.
Where was the second one held that year in
I
1960?
want to say it was in New York.
I have no idea. I have no clue.
Stacy.
We actually thought it was Washington.
Stacy Apple. Is it Apple or Apple? I've
right?
seen Appel. I've seen her on. She's on the interweb. She's on the internet.
That's how I would
Stacy?
announce it. If it
It's
were-
APPEL, Stacy.
Stacy. Hi, Stacy.
We're playing for Stacy.
Hello, internet.
Let's see if we can keep this perfect record going, you guys. We're playing, Stacy, we hope you like to tan because you're going to get 2 weeks in any UV bed down at Vic's. That's not with Vic, that's at Vic's. 2 weeks in one of his UV beds.
And they make sure to
Yeah, you
wipe
gotta go
those
home.
down after I get it.
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
make sure to destroy them after.
Now,
They go ahead and
now
buy
we
new
are
ones.
going to do a show again from Vic's, and he wants to spray tan Chris, I think, during the show.
They're gonna need like those film things that
Well,
they have at NASCAR that they rip off the.
And he will take care of your undercarriage. I've heard that. He'll
that's-
spray that as
It's
well.
the only
You'll
reason
come
I'm
out.
here, kids.
You'll come out just looking bronze.
Pay extra for the under.
Bronze all under is what you're going to be, Chris.
I mean,
Question number 5, playing for
And
Stacy.
that's a lot of spray, by the way.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't
just-
know.
let's just-
I bet
let's
Vic
just
dilutes.
talk about
I
it.
bet
let's
Vic
talk to
dilutes it.
Vic
No,
before
Vic
we
will dilute
commit
it.
all that spray
He's gonna.
to what's going on.
It's just gonna be a
Vic's gonna
partial
like,
mix
I
for you."
can't. I don't.
You're not seeing it, is what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
just
All right, here we go. On October 17, 1980, the first World Series game held in Kansas City featured the Royals against the Philadelphia Phillies. In his first at bat, this player hit a home run down the right field line. Who was that player? Do you want the choices? A. George Brett. B. Willie Aikens. C. Hal McRae. Or D. Clint Hurdle.
I'm going to say it was Willie Mays Aikens because that wasn't the game he had 2 home runs, was it?
No, he had 2 home runs in game 3.
That's right.
But he had a bunch of home runs that series. Do we need more time?
You probably need more time to think about this one.
Can you
Maybe you didn't hear my choices.
Can you go through the choices
Okay,
again?
George Brett, Willie Aikens, Hal McRae, Clint Hurdle down the right field line in his first at bat.
Right field line, likely left-handed batter. So
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
George. I think George.
It was George. It was George.
That's it. I didn't hear the right-handed.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
yeah,
the right
yeah.
field
So-
part. I had to go back and hear it again.
Good thing Stacy's going to win 2 weeks at the tanning bed. And you folks need to pick those up at the Landmark office, 252 Main Street in downtown Platte City. And while we are promoting things, oh, by the way, guys, here's your Landmark this week. You can call us 858-0363, subscribe, ask for the Landmark Live special, and we'll take care of you, all right?
Come in this. Look at that.
Yeah.
Right there.
Mike.
Right there.
We were going to get a picture, but we didn't want to.
Mike McCartney was released from the Platte County. Wait a minute. This is.
Hang on.
Whoa!
That isn't what I was.
The back page. Whoa, what's going on?
Fake news. That's
that.
right. There we go.
There you are. Put that right on top. It's good stuff.
Now let's read the commercials one more time.
Let's
shall we?
do it. Okay. Should we start with Myers and
Yeah,
Todd?
go ahead.
We got to do this in a really commercial-like way, so very comfortable. And by the way, the set here is.
Is it nice?
You should have seen it before we had a budget increase.
Yeah.
Good thing it's not windy.
Yeah, we're not bringing this to the tailgate.
don't
This
lean-
will just blow right on.
Please
right
don't
on
lean
ice.
on it too hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Myers Funeral Chapel, Northland, is located in historic downtown Parkville. It is one of the only family-owned and operated funeral homes in the Northland area. Myers Funeral Chapel is dedicated to excellence in service with the utmost integrity. Who's writing the check to me for this? Is
Todd.
Todd. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
Todd will take care of you.
Thanks, Todd.
Yeah.
Todd DeMint down there at Myers Funeral Chapel. The chapel has been completely renovated to create an open concept funeral home. For more information, call 816-741-0251 or check out the website myersfuneralchapel.com/Northland.
There you go.
Great people. Todd's a good man.
And let's talk one more time about Beth Ann has a new men's section over at her store. I was checking it out today, and she needs to get some Royals.
I feel like a
clothes
new
on.
man.
She's got hats. She's got T-shirts. Beth Ann, what else do you have over there in the men's section?
We have wallets, sunglasses, hats, socks.
Yes.
Can you guys stand up and model your shirts for us?
All right, let's do that.
Happy to.
There you go. Oh, we're both modeled.
In
in-
turn,
Oh, come on. There's nothing on the back.
I don't
section.
think we.
I'm
I'll
feeling
gladly turn. That's
I feel
no
it.
problem.
Ooh, that's enough of that.
I tell you what.
I mean, for what you people paid to be here, I'll do whatever you need.
I'm feeling kind of hashtag Me Too right now.
No.
After that.
I feel like you guys would actually do it. You know.
Yeah, I feel like an object.
I loved it.
That,
Quite honestly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I loved your modeling display.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
But anyway, yeah. Did you? Okay, let's read Beth Ann's one more time.
Beth Ann of Beth Ann's Boutique handpicks fashion and accessories for women sizes extra small to 3X, girls infant to size 12, and now gifts for men size small to 3X. Check out their T-shirts because you all deserve to strut your stuff and give yourselves and those you love a gift as fabulous as you are and your gal pals. Special promo, visit the boutique March 1st through 3rd with promo Landmark for 20% off your purchase. Beth Ann's Boutique, 235 Main Street in downtown Platte City, 816-895-2288.
Very good, you guys. The important thing to remember there is ask for the Landmark special now through Saturday. You get 20% off. Cindy's already taken advantage of that. She bought a purse over there. And
So did Chris.
yeah, Chris did too.
No, it's
Beth
very
Ann.
nice. It matches my eyes. It's very kind.
Yes,
And if you order the Landmark special from the Landmark, the paper, you get to hear leads like this. Meet Mike McCartney. He's the mic behind the mic.
boom.
Is that what that says?
That's what that says right there. You can't.
I'm
You can't
framing
get.
this
Yeah,
one.
you
Yeah,
can't.
let's-
That's
that-
you
This
can't
one's-
get.
This one's going up.
I
in the
wrote that
studio.
myself.
Phew,
Oh, did you?
That's-
Did
you
you?
do,
Okay.
you don't-
Did you really?
You don't owe me anything.
Phew,
for that.
that's good. That's nice.
That's on me.
This is
That's on me.
award-winning.
You should hang that in your man cave.
Oh,
You
let's
know.
bring it to my. Yeah, it's nice.
Wow,
Ruined
that's,
my Beth Ann's Boutique
yeah.
gal pal shirt.
Yeah, well,
Damn it.
we gotta keep these, right, Beth Ann?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're keeping these T-shirts. Because
I don't know. I think
We-
some members of the audience might want us to take them off. I don't know what's going on. It's going off the rails here, but
Really? Anybody in here? Though?
it's like, no.
listen,
Sorry, we're
Little
really
known-
sorry about this. It's usually
This will be the last Landmark
It's
show.
usually exactly how it goes.
probably
Quite
the last
honestly,
one with
yeah.
2 sponsors.
Okay.
That's probably right.
But Mike, little known fact, Mike McCartney actually lives in Platte County, lives at Platte Woods, right?
That's right.
Tell us about your experience at Platte Woods.
Oh, I love Platte Woods, and I grew up in Overland Park, and grew up and went to Shawnee Mission South, and first wife lived out there. I got 2 great kids, and then we divorced, and then I met my wife Pam, and she owned a house in Platte Woods. So it was like, okay, that's an easy deal. I was renting, and she's recently she passed away, so I've stayed there and stayed in the house and plan on staying there, and just love it, and just really enjoy the Northland, and
As long as you're close to a quick trip, I mean, you know, it's life's good.
Now,
right?
are you in
a
the
quick trip.
I mean, I'm sorry, the Phillips 66.
The
It
Phillips
tells
66.
It tells you the 7-Up and the Milky Way bars or whatever.
Now, are you in the city limits of Platte Woods?
Yes.
Okay, you should run for mayor down there, Mike. You
No,
would.
man,
Yeah.
no. John Smedley's our mayor, and he is awesome.
Well,
the
when he's
best
done.
mayor. No, he will never be done.
He's
Not-
one of the.
no.
He's not going to let it go.
No, John he's the best mayor that the town could ask for, and so I would never run against John because, you know, John helps me out with stuff, man. He's a good dude, you know.
Now-
I'll tell you a story here, and I've got this car. we had a police chief down there, a guy by the name of Mike Benny. Mike passed away a year ago. He was a wonderful, wonderful guy. And he's been the police chief of Platte Woods for 30 years or something like that. Well, I was at a city council meeting for some reason. Mike says, I'm going to get rid of one of my police cars. You know, I got a couple of Crown Victorias I wanted to get rid of. And I'm like, old Dad's going to buy this car. So I cornered him afterwards, and I said, sell that car to me. How much you want for it? He gave me a price. I go, perfect. So I bought the old Platte Woods police car. I got it sitting in my driveway. Now, they took all the lights and stuff off, and the siren and off, everything like that. But John helped me out with that, and John's been a neighbor of mine forever, and so...
Is it a two-tone black-white car?
No, it's just
silver, blue,
gray.
silver, yeah.
It's got one of those bull push bars on the front of it.
That's probably a car that's pulled me over a couple of times.
Imagine
heading up to the movie theater.
There's a lot of revenues come out of that car. I guarantee
That's all I'm saying. It's probably paid for
so I drive
4 times over.
I drive this big beast around Platte Woods and Platte County, and I just have a blast.
People all slow down.
Oh yeah, I think it's official, man. I'll tell you a good story. I'm coming up I-29 the other day, and I'm going about a little over 70. I'm booking along up around 112th Street, and this guy's coming up behind me. He is going 95 miles an hour if he's going 10, and I see him and I go, "Watch this!" And he comes up right beside me, and I mean. He brakes, and I got out the airport exit, but he finally, after I took the exit, off he went again. I thought, well, that was kind of fun.
That's fantastic.
I don't pull in behind people on purpose, and
right.
I do. Absolutely. I'm one of those guys.
Get those aviator glasses.
Talking about LCs, Platte Woods. You big LCs fan?
Oh, am I a big LC's fan? I love it. You're getting one up here, right? I mean, there's the best hamburger there is, man. It's just so good.
It's gonna be awesome.
It is going to be great, and they do such a good job. And they had the fire there a couple years ago, and it was shut down for quite a long time, 9 months or so. And it was like, man, you got to go a long way to get a decent burger around here. Yeah. But LC's, if you've never been to LC's and you're Platte City people, and they're building one up here, you are going to love that hamburger.
Going to be great. Yeah. Chris, hoping to get them as an official sponsor at some point, just so we can
you get free hamburger.
Take it out and train.
That's all I'm saying.
It's all right.
So
we'll work for hamburgers.
Try them all. Wonderful.
That's right. We'll get our spray tan, and we'll just head on.
That's right. Yeah, spray tan in the book.
Don't forget about my pun about that. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. They have a big deal special at LC's.
It's a big deal special. That's right. You get the big deal. It's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We thank you for tuning in. We thank Mike McCartney for joining us. We thank our sponsors, Beth Ann's. We thank Todd down at Myers Funeral Chapel. We thank our live studio audience who've been able to control themselves. Gary Pixler, Jennifer, Beth Ann, and the whole gang. Tell you what, guys, we're going to experiment with this live studio audience. If you can behave yourself and you'd like to be a member of the audience in a future show, just Facebook us or email us. Let us know, and we will run you through a very stringent and very, kind of a screening process.
Extreme
trust me, come right through the front door. Come on in.
Extreme vetting.
Yeah.
Very extreme vetting. Yeah. No show next week, but we'll be back on Wednesday night, March 14th. We're going to do a NCAA bracket show where Chris and one of the past winners of the bracket contest that we do every year in the Landmark. We'll go over their bracket picks. I'll be here, but I'm not going to give my picks away because if you beat me in the contest, you get a free 1-year Landmark subscription, so you won't know my picks until Thursday morning at 11 at entry deadline. How about that?
Do you have an early favorite out of
I do. Do you?
I do not. I
think Kansas will get past the second round?
Yes, I do. The way they... Yes, I do.
Shocker. Well, we're out of time.
Right. Jennifer Bruner will be helping us that show that night too with Dr. Lowry. She knows Doc from years back, I guess. Okay, so we're going to be good. It's going to be fun. We'll try to have a whiteboard.
Say that when he talks about me.
We're
going to be good.
As opposed to not being.
We have a good-bad ratio, and we got to keep that in check.
Do we have a whiteboard that we can use that night? You guys could write your picks up. I don't know if we have the budget for a whiteboard. We might after tonight.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, after tonight, I think we're good.
All right. Well, guys, we'll see you on March 14th. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Take care.